Hi, this is James Scott, Board on the Bayou. In this episode, I'm reviewing the game Hand of Fate Ordeals, designed by Toss, published by Rule and Make Games, 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Takes about 9 minutes to play. Hand of Fate Ordeal is an adventure deck builder. I love deck builders, and I really love adventure deck builders. Other examples would be Thunderstone Quest, Clank in Space. How does this one rank? I definitely put this one up at the top. Probably give it about an 8.5. I really love it. It's cooperative, competitive, soloable, and if you get the special edition, they have a 1 versus all where one player competes against all the other players. I really love these. They're all really well balanced. I haven't played the last one, but I have played the competitive, cooperative, and solo. All play really fun. Let's take a look at this game. Just like in any other deck builder, everybody will get the same starting deck of 10 cards. And you'll get a board. On your board, you have your stylized side or your little more plain Jane side. I really like this design. I like this. It's kind of like an old school role-playing game artwork. It carries out throughout the game. It's really nice. On here, is where you'll keep track of your equipment cards. When you get your equipment cards on the marketplace, they go directly to your board. I really like that. And now on your board, you'll have a center board in this game. In the center will be your map, which is randomly generated using your level 1 cards at first level, because you'll be going against the Jack. And after you defeat the Jack, you go out to the Queen boss and then the King boss. So after the level 1, you defeat the Jack, you pick all those cards up, and you'll flip over the Queen, and then you'll randomly generate a level 2 map. And then for the King, you'll do a level 3 map. I really enjoy that. It makes the game, as the game progresses, it gets progressively harder on some of these areas. There's ambushes, there's unique locations. Each of these locations have X amount of uses on some of them. Some of them are unlimited uses. So you got to kind of, you don't want to just sit around in the marketplace just buying cards, building up your deck. Now, if you look at the side of the marketplace, you'll see these different color codes. Those tells you what kind of cards you can buy in that location. Once you get out into the other areas and you start revealing these cards, when you're on a location, some location you might not be able to buy certain cards. So if that really powerful soldier card flips over and you're at a location that you can only buy equipment cards and trickster cards, oh well, you either have to hot-foot it back to the marketplace or somewhere that sells it and hope somebody don't buy it before you get back, or just, oh well. I really like that. It's really nice limiting the cards out there. So the person that's out adventuring, trying to get those extra victory points, it does kind of limit them to what they can buy in the marketplace. As you play your cards in this game, the currency is effort. You'll be paying your effort to buy the cards out of there. You also will be using your attack cards. Now your attack cards, you can actually charge them up ahead of time, which I really love this feature. You can put them here, and depending on your weapon, this is your little starting weapon, but as you get better weapons, you can store up to X amount of cards here. Now, when you put those attack cards here to store, at the beginning of your turn, you have to pay effort points, they call it the fatigue phase, to maintain these cards. I really like that feature. So you can get those big powerful cards and you're like, man, but I'm not fighting anything this turn. Well, store it here, but it's going to limit to you later on, because if you're going to keep paying for these, now you don't have to, you can just let them go away. But if you keep paying for them, that's going to be less points you can buy out of the marketplace. But if you do see that powerful card come up in the marketplace and you want to buy it, you may just let these get put back in your discard pile and buy that card. Really great feature. I love that. As you go around the board, one of the things you're also going to be doing is being able to attack creatures. And you attack creatures, it tells you how many creatures. You flip over the creatures and you'll attack them. There's various types of creatures. Probably one of the things I didn't care for the game. I wish there was a little bit more variety of monsters to fight. For as much as there are of these other cards in the game, I felt they fell a little short on the amount of creatures to fight. They're pretty much 1 to 4 and 4 different suits. They're pretty basic. I wish there was a little bit more variety. If you get the special edition, you get a few more of the bigger monsters. And when you go to fight the creatures, this on your board will tell you how many cards you can store, but it also tell you how many cards you flip. And you'll flip over your cards, and your effort also count as attack in this case. And you'll play these cards to on the creatures to wipe out the creatures. Another feature I really like is, okay, I didn't kill all the creatures. Well, you can do what they call a push. You can pay an apple and you can push. So you can get another round of combat, and you'll flip over another card, and you'll add that to your attack. And you can push again and keep adding cards. Now, granted, you're going to have to take a pain card for every creature that's still in play. What are pain cards? Pain cards is how the creatures do damage to you or hurt you. Anytime you take damage in this game, they refer to as pain cards. You'll flip over a pain card and it may say take 1 damage or take 2 damage or take 2 damage, take an additional unless you discard a card, or there's a bunch of different ones. And they also have curses they put in your deck. Curses are just filler cards that just go in your deck. Like if you played most deck builders, there's those filler cards that just fill in your deck. I really like that. It's really well balanced. The combat is pretty simple, easy. And then you just keep going on that until you total up your victory. After the king is dead, you total up the victory points. Whoever has the most victory points wins. Other little things of the games there. As you kill the creatures, you're going to be getting these shards, relic fragments. You can use the relic fragments in between rounds to buy relics, or if certain locations come up, you can use these relics fragments to buy relics. Relics are the really powerful weapons and items. Some of them are really nice, some of them are, but they are nice to have. The other thing is, if you're playing in the cooperative mode, instead of doing the Jack, Queen, King, you're actually playing through scenarios that are in the book. And also each player will have a quest card, and they'll have, as you do your quest, after you complete the quest, you'll get a quest reward, and you put the quest rewards will go in your deck, or if you finish the 3rd quest, it's an ongoing ability. I really love this feature. These are great. I wish there was a lot more of these. I mean, these we have so fun with these, trying to do what's going on the board, plus doing these little side quests. Hopefully they're going to be adding some more of these quests for each of the characters, or maybe adding more characters. Because these, if you're playing the cooperative, you'll see these are a fun extra little bit off to the side that kind of makes your character a little bit unique from everybody else's, which I really enjoy. There's also the rule book. It is a real nice big color rule book, and I mean big. It's one of those big ones. It has a lot of nice color photos, examples. Mostly, I really love this rule book. I mean, they even got card glossary in the back, term glossary. I mean, really fantastic. The only thing I don't like about this rule book is there's a lot of bad, I could say, wording. Some of the way stuff is explained is hard to understand in certain cases, or can be read multiple ways. Such as a push. It says on a push, you bind, it says draw and bind 1 additional card. When they say, do you draw and bind that additional card, or you draw a card and bind 1 out of your hand? There's a little clarification on some of this. It would have been better if it was a little more proofread. But other than that, it is one of the better rule books out there. Every character has their own little miniature. They're nice little miniatures. The cards, the artwork on them, like I said, it's like this old school role-playing game style. I like that. The only thing I don't like is I'm not a big fan of this card stock. They shuffle okay, but it's like that thicker paper cardboard type, if you know what I'm talking about. Not a big fan of that. I wish they would have done a little different. The locations and the marketplace, these are easily get mixed up. For some reason, they colored the back of, like, the monsters, similar artwork, but they just changed the color. Why they didn't do it on the location and make this like green or something, so you could easily tell them. It's a minor little gripe. It has a little symbol on it, but it is very easy to get those two mixed together in your box. Speaking of the box, fantastic box. I mean, this has got to be one of the best inserts out there. It holds all the cards, room for expansion. You can put, you got the 4 spots, so you can put the 4 different player decks. So when you're playing the cooperative mode, if you want to keep your certain unique deck and saving them, you can put them in those locations. Plenty of room for everything. You got the little wooden cubes to track your usages. These are nice little, I mean, it's just a wooden cube. The little cardboard tokens, those are nice. You got your little apples. I might actually end up getting a little 3D printed apples or something, but you got the little tokens that were nice. If I would recommend, though, if you do go to get this, I would probably get the special edition. I did find the special edition does add a lot. In the special edition, I'll just mention real quick, they also add in some other monsters which are needed, and let me grab the right deck here. It also adds in these traps. So you got trap cards, which, like I said, I like the style. It's, again, one of those, the old school role-playing game thing. And it also adds in some more monsters. So like I said, if you get a choice between the two, I definitely recommend the special edition. Is worth the extra few bucks for that extra bit. And if you're playing if you are a cooperative player, they have come out with an expansion, the royalty expansion. I would definitely want to get this, because probably my last little complaint about this is on cooperative, there's only three scenarios in here, in which you play them in order. You go 1, 2, 3, and you're done. I think I really wish they would have done a lot more. Having just 3 scenarios, I think fell short. For as great as cooperative game as this is, only to just put those 3 in there, I was sorely disappointed on that. I mean, it's easy enough to create your own. And like I said, if you get the expansion, there's a bunch more in the expansion. But like I said, in the basic box itself, I would have liked to have seen some more solo scenarios. Probably better explanations and wording a little bit better in the rule book. And the card stock. But other than those, and like I said, those are minor things. You sleeve the cards, you won't shuffle them the same way anyways, and you won't even notice card stock. The rules, you do a little research. That's easily solve that scenario. So I mean, that, like I said, that's a couple little minor things. But other than that, a fantastic game. I really love the game. So this is James Scott, Board in the Bayou. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.